So, as Jan has shared with us, our theme for 2026 is
love.
Open at the top.
Okay, there it is.
And our June theme is higher, deeper love. Now, every time I say higher, deeper love, I want you to go higher, deeper love. All right? I want to see some movement. All right, y'all? Even y'all on Zoom. Higher, deeper love. Let's practice that. Higher, deeper love. All right, because we want to get it in our body. We want to get it in our body. So this month, every message is based on a song. And so today our message is, I want to know what love is. You know who sings that? Who sings I want to know what love is? Foreigner. Yep. So I want to start with a couple of definitions of love. And one is from Bell Hooks, and her book is our companion book this month. One of my favorite books, all about love, new visions. And I want to share the definition of love by Ernest Holmes. So Bell Hooks defines love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose. Let me use the mic because I know sometimes. The will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Love is as love does. Love is an act of will, namely both an intention and an action. Will also implies choice. We do not have to love, we choose to love. And Ernest defines it as this: love is the self-givingness of the spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. He says, Emerson tells us that love is a synonym for God. I love that. Love is a synonym for God. We are also told in the New Testament that he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Love is free from condemnation, even as it is free from fear. Love is a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about a higher, deeper love.
I got it.
It's a cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible, and it is the self-givingness of spirit to life. So it is the self-givingness of spirit to us, because we are spirit's, God's love creation. Yes? So Science of Mind teaches that the ultimate fear is belief that we are separate from God. That's the ultimate fear, believing that you are separate from God. So our relationship with this higher, deeper love is demonstrated in our oneness with God, our oneness with love, our oneness with each other, our oneness with everyone. So we know what separation looks like, don't we? We see it in hatred, injustice, inequality, and violence, and what's that word? Yes. Disenfranchisement. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make it a word. And oppression. So we see it whenever we forget that we are connected to God, that we're connected to one another, and especially that we are connected to the truth of who we are. So fear whispers, you're separate. You're out here all alone. Nobody loves you. Nobody sees you. You can't make it. Why don't you give up? Everyone's against you. Fear whispers that to us. And love says, that's not the truth because I love you. Love reminds us that we belong. Bell writes in her book, there can be no love without justice. Abuse and neglect negate love. Care and affirmation are the foundation of love. And Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King says that justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. I think that quote stands today, doesn't it? So the consciousness of separation stands against love. And our teachings inform us that love is the sole impulse of creation. So do you know that you are the sole impulse of creation? Do you know that? Sometimes, come see, come sigh. Well, there's a part of you that always knows it, never forgets it. So we get to tap into that essence, that knowingness, sometimes when we lose ourselves, just for a moment. Ernest Holmes says, until we learn to love, we are not sending out love vibrations. And not until we send out those vibrations can we receive love in return. Love vibrations. So we see examples in the world of people. We see examples in the world of people who, can I take that? Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. See how all needs are met? So we see examples in the world, people who did not learn to love. They are not sending out love vibrations because they don't know what love is. They don't know what love is. I'll never forget when my girls were little, and when they were coming up, their only experience of a president was President Obama. Right?
Yeah, lucky them.
And then there was another president who we are currently experiencing now. And they asked me, Mommy, why is he so mean? Why is he so angry? Why is he doing these things? And I'm trying to come up with something that I could say to a child, right? And one of them said, because nobody loved him. Out of the mouth of babes. And that always stuck with me. And one of my practices that is challenging is to send love to people who don't know what love is because they never experienced it in those years where it is critical for people to experience love, right? That conditioning that love is present. When that is absent, it becomes something else, right? So I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is. I know you can show me. I know you can show me. So it's never too late. Even when it feels like it is, it is not. Because love is a force, a cosmic force. God is love. So is there anything or anyone that is greater than God's love? No. So we get to know what love is. We get to show ourselves by loving ourselves as a higher, deeper love. A love of God itself as each one of us. I see you. I tell y'all miss a lot when y'all come in person because Red Joan and Vivian are giving us the shimmy. Yes, they are. So from this knowingness and beingness, we can feel what love is. We can radiate it. We can attract it. And we could show it by being a demonstration of oneness. So like it or not, we are all connected. Like it or not. So some of us, some folks resist this truth and believe that we are separate. But it is not the truth. As my grandmother, and I imagine my other ancestors would say, including my mama, a hard head makes a soft behind, right? But they gonna learn. They gonna learn. So let's bring this even closer to home, to the practical application of higher, deeper love. Yes? So do you relate to yourself from a place of a higher, deeper love? I want to share a personal story because it's easy to talk about it in the context of the world, right? But we need to talk about it from how it impacts us on a daily basis so that we can put it in practice, right? Because it's easy to point the finger at other folks who are not showing up as love. But sometimes we ourselves don't show up as love. So let me share a story. So we're in this book study, and Chris Ferraro is the bomb, and she is with us every Wednesday as we go through her book, Manifesting. This past week, Chris shared that when she's driving, sometimes she'll say gratitudes for everything. So everything she sees, everything that pops into her head as she's driving along. So this past Thursday, I get in my car. One of the things that I do as soon as I get in my car is I say a prayer of protection. And then Chris drops into my mind. And I said, ooh, I'm going to do gratitudes all the way to the gym. So I'm in my car. It's about a 10-minute drive to the gym. And I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for the birds chirping. I'm grateful for paved roads. I'm grateful for that tree. I'm grateful for, and I'm going on and on and on. I am grateful for this car, right? Feeling good when I get to the gym. Have a great class, come out. The first thing I see, 4 school buses lined up, one behind another, blocking a row of cars that are parked at the gym. Guess whose car was one of those cars that they were blocking? Why? But interestingly, I would say, okay. I walk over to my car and I just stood there looking at the buses. And one of the bus drivers, his school bus was the bus that was blocking my car. He was not on the bus. He was having chit-chat time with the other bus drivers. So he was going from one bus to another bus, just chit-chatting. You know, the kids are off the bus. They're going in Dave and Buster's. And he's just saying, hey, chatting it up. And the 3 other bus drivers were all women. So I think that might have had something to do with it. So I'm just standing there. I'm like, okay. I'm not saying a word. I'm just standing there observing. And I felt fine. Now I needed to be home by 10:30 to do my podcast. And it was already like 10:15. And he's just chilling, right? So this woman comes out of the gym, right? She walks out, she stops, she sees the 4 school buses, and she goes ballistic because her car is also one of the cars that is being blocked by the school bus. So I'm watching her. I'm telling you, the language that came out of this woman's mouth, I was like, you need your mouth washed out with soap. Remember when our elders used to say that too? So I just stood there, and she's getting more and more and more frustrated and excited and really, really upset. And the man, the bus driver, he looks at her and he just keeps going from bus to bus talking to the other bus drivers. So finally, the first bus pulls out. He gets into his bus. His bus was blocking me. He pulls out. The third bus that was blocking the woman who was going off stays there. Doesn't move. There's no reason for this bus driver not to pull off because the other 2 buses have pulled off. So her way is clear. She just sat there. The woman walks over to the school bus and is banging on her door, telling her to move. Not those words. And the bus driver pays her no attention at all. So I'm just like, I wish I had some popcorn, like, yeah, I could get in my car and go, right? But no, I was just like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. Finally, she pulls off. Bus leaves, the other bus leaves, everything is clear. The woman gets in her car, she's out of there like a bat out of hell. I get in my car, I turn my car, doesn't start. So I said, I still feel okay. I was like, this is interesting. And then I remember our May love work. You remember our May love work that we're doing for the rest of our lives?
Yes.
What would love do here? What would love do?
Take a pause.
So I took a pause. That's right, Rev Joan. I took a pause and I said, let me call AAA. And let me do my podcast in the car. I got my phone. I can still do it. So that's what I did. I called AAA, got on my phone, and shared on the podcast. This is what's going on, y'all. Right? All that we control is how we respond to things. That is it. That is it. Yes, I could have joined that woman. We could have had a whole thing with the bus drivers, right? But I get to choose how I respond. All of us get to choose how we respond. I get to choose love. I get to choose love. Now, I remember that in that moment because I shared with y'all the other Sunday when I did not remember what love would do, right? So I get a text from AAA that there will be someone there to service me in about an hour. Thursday was a really hot day, you recall? I said, okay, got an hour. It's chilling. The AAA guy calls me about 10 minutes later. I'll be there in a few minutes. Not an hour. I'll be there in a few minutes. He comes. He checks the battery. He gives me a charge. But he tells me the battery's fine. He said, I don't know what happened. And then he goes into jokes. Maybe the car was tired. Maybe it needed a nap. You know how we get. Cars get that way too. And I'm just laughing with him and we're just having a good old time. I tell him thank you. He leaves. I leave, get home, and go about my day. Right? All of that took maybe a half an hour. But if we respond out of anything but love, that experience would linger for days, wouldn't it? It would linger for days. Blood pressure up, eating junk food, trying to calm ourselves down, all of the things. But we get to decide. I want to know what love is. I want to know what love is. I know you can show me. So every situation that happens in our lives is love showing us. It's love showing us. And it's not always rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes it's cars not starting. Sometimes it's someone blocking where you want to go. But we get to decide. We get to decide if every challenge, every interruption, and every unexpected turn, every time life be lifing, y'all. Let us not forget that God be Godding, that love be loving. We need to remember that and choose love again. Choose love again. Higher, deeper love reminds us who we are regardless of the circumstances. The love that remains present even when it appears life isn't cooperating with our plans, even when our car doesn't start. Maybe my car didn't start because it was delaying me for a reason. Who knows? But love shows up in every aspect of our lives. So this is the question. Are you present to the love that you are? You don't have to go find love. You are love. You were created by love because God is love. So don't go searching. Love can demonstrate when we pay attention. That AAA guy was love. He was love. Ernest Holmes writes in The Science of Mind, have enthusiasm and above all, have a consciousness of love, a radiant feeling flowing through your consciousness at all times. A radiant feeling. Now that lady that came out of the, she didn't have a radiant feeling, y'all. No. But later on, when I was writing about it, I said to myself, that woman is an aspect of me. Because I can show up that I have shown up that way. Minus all the cussing. So she was just reflecting back an aspect of myself. Not that long ago. So we don't judge.
No.
We don't judge. We all have our shadows. So have enthusiasm, and above all, have a consciousness of love, a radiant feeling flowing through your consciousness at all times. Treat yourself until you have an inner sense of unity with all good. And what Ernest means by treat is pray. Pray for yourself. Put hands on yourself. Bless yourself. Because it will anchor you in God's love. Guaranteed. So I had that radiant feeling that day, y'all. I did when I stood there watching those school buses and watching the guy trying to be a Mac Daddy with the women bus drivers. I had a radiant feeling. I really wasn't upset at all. And we are a broadcasting system, right? We are broadcasting all the time. So it's not a coincidence that the AAA guy got there before an hour. And it wasn't a coincidence that he was such a shining light himself. None of this is a coincidence. We broadcast, we emit, and we receive. We receive. So it is important that we radiate a feeling that is flowing love consciousness, that we are a state of consciousness, that we are a state of being, and it is contagious. Love is contagious, but so is fear. So is fear. So higher love, excuse me, y'all. Higher, deeper love is the invitation to move beyond love as just a feeling and awaken to love as a spiritual presence and a spiritual practice. We get to practice love. Yes?
Yes.
Higher, deeper love calls us to remember that love is not something we must earn, chase, or create. So if you're using your time doing any of those things, stop. Love has already been created by the creator of love itself. So love is the very essence of who we are. It is the divine presence expressing as compassion, forgiveness, courage, generosity, and connection. So when we choose higher, deeper love, we respond rather than react. We connect rather than separate. We embrace all parts of ourselves with compassion. We recognize the sacred worth in every person, and we trust that love is present even in life's challenges. So I want to leave you with this question, and this is your love work for June. What would higher, deeper love have me know, be, and do in this moment? What would higher, deeper love have me do, be, and know in this moment? And when that question drops in, I want you to do higher, deeper love, because that will bring you back to this message, because it's in your body. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So I want to know what love is an invitation to know your true self. For when you know the truth of who you are, when you know that your very essence is love, that you are the impulse of creation expressing itself as you know what love is. You know what love is. Love is you. So let's affirm this together. I want to invite you to repeat after me. Let's take a deep breath in. I open my heart to a higher, deeper love. And give me those shoulders. I open my heart to a higher, deeper love. Yes. I remember that love is my true nature. I remember that love is my true nature. Love guides my thoughts. Love guides my thoughts. Directs my actions. And transforms my experiences. I choose love again and again and again and again.
I choose love again and again and again and again.
Yes. And in doing so,
In doing so,
I awaken the divine presence within me and all around me. I awaken to the divine presence within me and all around me. I love me.
I love me.
I love you.
I love you.
I love we.
I love me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.